In continuation of the last video on thermodynamics of BSc Part 2 Physical Chemistry, we will continue with some more topics. The first topic is inversion temperature. It is seen that for every gas, there is a temperature at which the value of mu Jt is equal to 0 when neither heating nor cooling of the gas occurs due to passing through a porous plug or a fine orifice. This is called inversion temperature and it is denoted by Ti. We know that the value of mu Jt is given by this equation, which states that mu Jt is equal to 1 upon Cp within the brackets twice A upon Rt minus P, and the terms within the brackets, only these terms are responsible for the sign of the mu Jt, that is, whether mu Jt will be positive or negative. So we see that if the value of 2A upon Rt is equal to B, then mu Jt is equal to 0. If the value of twice A upon Rt is greater than B, mu Jt is positive, and if the value of twice A upon Rt is less than B, mu Jt is negative. Now putting the value of mu Jt as 0 when T is equal to Ti, the equation we get is 0 is equal to 1 upon Cp twice A upon Rti minus B. Now ignoring the term Cp, the equation becomes twice A upon Rti is equal to B. Now rearranging this equation, we get the value of Ti in equation form, that is Ti is equal to twice A upon Rb. Thus we can say that the inversion temperature depends only on the value of A and B of the gas or van der Waals constants of the gas. So if the AB value of the gas and R is known, then inversion temperature of any gas can be computed. Now we come to the next topic, change of state in adiabatic process. It is a known fact that during adiabatic process, no heat exchange takes place between the system and the surroundings. According to thermodynamics first law, delta E is equal to Q minus W, which in this case becomes delta E is equal to minus W as Q is equal to 0, or we can write this equation as minus delta E is equal to W. Thus we can say that during adiabatic process, there is a change in internal energy, and this change can occur in two ways. Firstly, if the work is done by the system, then the internal energy decreases and there is fall in temperature. Secondly, if the work is done on the system, then the internal energy increases and there is a rise in temperature. Now we come to the topic, relation between temperature and volume. Suppose the temperature of a gas is T and the pressure is P. Now, if the gas expands in a reversible manner, then P is the opposing pressure against the expansion of the gas. So in this condition, work done by the gas in expanding against this opposing pressure P will be given by W is equal to minus PdV, or dE is equal to minus PdV. For 1 mole of the gas, dE is equal to Cv dt. Now equating these two equations 3a and 3, we get the equation Cv dt is equal to minus PdV. Now we have a standard gas equation for 1 mole of gas, PV is equal to RT. By rearranging this equation, we get the value of P as P is equal to RT upon V. Now putting this value of P in equation 4, the equation becomes Cv dt is equal to minus RT upon V dot dV. Changing the side of T from the right hand side to the left hand side, the expression becomes Cv dt upon T is equal to minus R dV upon V. Now suppose in initial conditions the temperature and volume are T1 and V1. and at final conditions the temperature and volume become T2 and V2. Now integrating equation 6 within these limits of temperature and pressure, the equation 6 can be written as Cv integrating between T1 and T2 dt upon T is equal to minus R integrating between the limits V1 to V2 dV upon V, or Cv ln T2 upon T1 is equal to minus R ln V2 upon V1. Now changing the limits of volume, that is from V1 to V2 to V2 to V1, the equation takes the form Cv ln T2 upon T1 is equal to R ln V1 upon V2, or ln T2 upon T1 raised to the power Cv is equal to ln V1 upon V2 raised to the power R. Now we know that R is equal to Cp minus Cv. So putting the value of R in equation 10, the 10 becomes ln T2 upon T1 raised to the power Cv is equal to ln V1 upon V2 raised to the power of Cp minus Cv. Now dividing the superscripts of both sides by Cv, the equation 11 becomes ln T2 upon Tv. Equation 11 becomes ln T2 upon T1 is equal to ln V1 upon V2 raised to the power of Cp upon Cv minus 1. And we know that the value of Cp upon Cv is equal to gamma. So substituting the value of Cp upon Cv from here in this equation, the expression becomes ln T2 upon T1 is equal to ln V1 upon V2 gamma minus 1. Now taking anti-logarithm of both the sides, the equation becomes T2 upon T1 is equal to V1 upon V2 gamma minus 1. Now putting terms of subscript 1 together and subscripts 2 together, the expression becomes T1 into V1 gamma minus 1 is equal to T2 V2 gamma minus 1, or we can say T into V gamma minus 1 is equal to K, which is a constant. Now the next topic is relation between temperature and pressure. For an ideal gas, P1 V1 is equal to RT1, and rearranging this equation, we get the value of V1 as RT1 upon P1, and also P2 V2 is equal to RT2, and also arranging this equation, we get the value of V2 as RT2 upon P2. Now dividing the equation 15 by 16, the expression becomes P1 upon V2 is equal to T1 into P2 upon T2 into P1. Now putting the value of V1 upon V2 from equation 17 in equation 13, the expression becomes T2 upon T1 is equal to T1 into P1, the expression becomes T2 upon T1 is equal to T1 into P2 upon T2 into P1 raised to the power of gamma minus 1. Now rewriting this equation as T2 upon T1 into T2 upon T1 raised to the power of gamma minus 1 is equal to P2 upon P1 raised to the power of gamma minus 1. On further simplification of the equation, the expression 19 becomes T2 upon T1 gamma is equal to P2 upon P1 raised to the power of gamma minus 1. Now changing the limits of P, the equation 20 takes the form T2 upon T1 raised to the power of gamma is equal to P1 upon P2 raised to the power of 1 minus gamma. Now taking gamma root of both the sides of equation 21 becomes T2 upon T1 is equal to P1 upon P2 raised to the power of 1 minus gamma upon gamma. Now putting the subscripts 1 terms together and subscript 2 terms together, the equation becomes T1 P1 raised to the power of 1 minus gamma upon gamma is equal to T2 into P2 raised to the power of 1 minus gamma upon gamma. Or we can say that T into P raised to the power of 1 minus gamma upon gamma is equal to K, where K is a constant. Now we come to the relation between temperature and pressure volume. From the equations 13 and equations 22, which we have derived previously in the same video only, if we equate these equations 13 and 22, then we see that P1 upon P2 raised to the power 1 minus gamma upon gamma is equal to V1 upon V2 raised to the power of gamma minus 1. Now changing the limits of V, the equation 24 takes the form P1 upon P2 raised to the power of 1 minus gamma upon gamma is equal to V2 upon V1 raised to the power of 1 minus gamma. Now taking 1 minus gamma root of both the sides, we get P1 upon P2 raised to the power of 1 minus gamma is equal to V2 upon V1. Now raising both the sides of equation 26 by gamma to gamma, that is we are raising the equation 26 to gamma, we get the equation P1 upon P2 is equal to V2 upon V1 raised to the power of gamma. Or now we put the subscript terms 1 together and subscript terms 2 together, so the expression becomes P1 into V1 gamma, the expression becomes P1 into V1 raised to the power gamma is equal to P2 into V2 raised to the power of gamma, or we can say P into V raised to the power of gamma is equal to K, where K is a constant. This is all for today. Thank you.